In 300 BC, in the city of Cyprus, there lived a very wealthy trader named Zeno. During a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his boat sank, and he lost all his cargo. This single event, beyond anyone's control, caused this wealthy man to become poor instantly. Imagine being Zeno. How would you react if your entire life's work was destroyed by the sheer force of nature? What would be the proper reaction? Would you be angry or sad? Would you feel life had cheated you? These would be normal reactions for most of us, but not for Zeno, the father of Stoicism. One small change can last an eternity, and one minor shift in mindset can lead to larger, more impactful changes later. The core of Stoicism embodies acceptance and indifference. After reading the works of Socrates and other great philosophers, Zeno created and taught Stoicism. According to Zeno, although we don't have much control over what happens to us, we do have control over how it affects us, and we must use this control to great effect, rather than lamenting over spilled milk, or in this case, drowned goods. Zeno focused on maintaining his composure, staying calm and neutral despite his predicament. Today, people inadvertently view Stoics as unbreakable, not prone to emotional extremes like rage or anxiety. But the original idea behind Stoicism was much more than that. It was a way to view, describe, and understand the world. It was a way of life that has lasted for centuries. Stoic philosophy can be applied to situations today just as it was thousands of years ago, and its benefits remain equally impactful. Stoicism helps us process negative emotions from negative experiences and turn them into thoughts that provide a unique perspective on the world. Perspective is everything, and everyone has different experiences and thus different perspectives. The Stoics gathered, discussed, and taught philosophy in public places, so their general philosophy was widely known. They believed that Stoic principles could benefit everyone and thus didn't hide that knowledge behind the walls of a school or palace courtyards. As a result, everyone from slaves to emperors could learn and become Stoics, and they did. Some of the world's most notable Stoics include Epictetus, who was once a slave, Seneca, a well-renowned statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. The early Stoics practiced what they preached, avoiding segregation and fighting against inequality. They even invented the word cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world. Today, we think of cities like New York, Toronto, Dubai, and London as cosmopolitan because of their diversity. This unity and togetherness was what the Stoics preached, even when it wasn't popular. Women were allowed to learn about Stoicism and become Stoics themselves. So why do so many adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world full of unexpected events, our emotions can often get in the way. In reality, we don't get sad because bad things happen, but because unexpected bad things happen. Rain is good. It waters plants, provides for livestock, and cools the temperature. But when a dark cloud catches you without an umbrella, it's never a good experience. So why don't we start crying when it rains? Because we've learned to expect rain, even though it's unavoidable. Although it sucks, the rain passes and the light returns. Stoicism teaches us to expect that anything bad that can happen will happen. Picture the worst outcome and be content knowing it could happen. One Stoic exercise, known as voluntary discomfort, aims to increase feelings of gratitude. Sleep on your kitchen floor, take cold showers, eat only potatoes for a few days. This exercise helps you understand that no matter how hard it gets, you'll survive and potentially thrive if your mindset is right. By enduring these uncomfortable situations, we prepare mentally for future misfortunes. In today's world, with constant advertisements telling us we need the next best thing to be happy, this message is more important than ever. We enter the world knowing little, learning from home, school, and our observations. Often, these sources teach us differently. The question is, do we need to internalize all this knowledge? Doing so could set unrealistic expectations, leaving us disappointed and unsatisfied. That's no way to live. We should focus on improving ourselves, for ourselves, without external hopes or secondary attachments to our actions, which often lead to disappointment. Sometimes, we try to fill that emptiness with external things, like fancy cars or houses, or starting a family. Stoicism teaches that placing our happiness in external forces, which can always fail, is futile. Cars break down, natural disasters occur, and divorce rates rise. Even free things in life have a cost. As Seneca wrote, living with less creates space for things that truly matter. We must place our happiness on our intrinsic value as humans, not on what we have or can acquire. We must choose to keep a cool head, regardless of life's challenges. We don't control most things that happen to us, but we control how we react. This is the dichotomy of control, the most important principle in Stoic philosophy. We must learn to separate what we control from what we cannot, determining our value from what we can control. Striving towards goals is good, but breaking down when things don't go your way is, in a Stoic's view, useless. Making YouTube videos is easier than being a Roman emperor, but still challenging. Forming an idea, researching, scripting, creating, editing, making titles and thumbnails, all before uploading is up to you. However, once you click upload, the power shifts to the YouTube algorithm, judging success by views and subscribers. Metrics mostly beyond your control is common. Stoics teach judging success by effort, not external outcomes. Trust the process. Think of someone working hard for 6 months, expecting a promotion. The boss says no, and the person feels they must be bad at their job, not considering other reasons. Placing value on the performance report quality and continuing the same effort could lead to greater happiness. It's the right perspective, with goals postponed, not diminished. A true Stoic values comfort in living a good life without material things. Wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice are Stoicism's 4 main virtues. Stoicism separates internal from external, choosing our reactions to events. As Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response is our power to choose our response. Courage means to persist and resist. Temperance or moderation is about doing more with less, saying more with fewer words. While Bezos and Musk compete for wealth, Stoics believe wealth is having what is essential and enough. Justice, the most important virtue, instructs not to harm others, as we are born to do good to each other. Nelson Mandela, a famous African leader, fought apartheid and was imprisoned for 27 years. When released and elected president, he didn't seek revenge but urged rebuilding. He practiced Stoicism, learning from Marcus Aurelius. Modern medicine includes Stoicism in rational emotive behavioral therapy and logotherapy. REBT helps identify negative thought patterns, challenging them with logic, replacing them with healthier beliefs. Logotherapy, based on Stoic principles, drives humans by purpose, finding meaning and happiness even in dark situations. Rewiring our thinking, out with the old, in with the new, helps us lead happier, more fulfilling lives. Stoicism guides us through past and present storms to calmer waters. If our ship sinks, we take peace in living a good life, knowing everything has an end.